The Young and the Restless spoilers, Tuesday full episodes October 1st, 2024. Victor Newman, the master of manipulation and control, had always been one step ahead when it came to protecting his family and securing his power. Heather's sudden and inexplicable disappearance, along with Sharon's increasingly erratic behavior, had not gone unnoticed by Victor. His sharp instincts told him that something darker was at play, and when things didn't add up, he relied on his own resources to find answers. He discreetly dispatched his private detective, a trusted ally who had been gathering information for Victor over the years, to dig deeper into Heather's disappearance. It didn't take long for the pieces to fall into place. The detective's investigation confirmed Victor's suspicions: Heather was dead, and all signs pointed to Sharon as the likely perpetrator. The evidence was damning, and it seemed as though Sharon had crossed the line from troubled woman to murderer. But Victor, ever the strategist, didn't rush to the authorities with this information. No, he had a different plan in mind. Instead of turning Sharon in, he intended to use this dark secret to his advantage. Victor had always known how to leverage people's weaknesses, and Nick was no exception. His son had long been resistant to falling back under Victor's control, but now, Victor held a powerful weapon: Sharon's secret. If Nick ever wanted to protect Sharon, the mother of his children and a woman he still cared for deeply, he would have no choice but to return to Victor's side. Victor saw this as a way to bring Nick back into the fold, to ensure that his son would once again be a key player in the Newman family empire. Nick will have no choice, Victor muttered to himself, his mind already mapping out how he would deliver the ultimatum. He reveled in his ability to manipulate the situation to his advantage, but there was still the matter of keeping it all under wraps. As much as Victor loved control, he knew that Sharon's secret had to stay buried, at least for now. That way, he could hold it over Nick's head for as long as necessary. However, as Victor continued to weave his web of manipulation, there were whispers about a new figure returning to Genoa City: Ripley Turner. Ripley was a wild card, a dangerous man with a history of violence and unresolved issues. Every time trouble seemed to escalate in Genoa City, Ripley found a way back into the picture, always adding another layer of chaos to an already tense situation. The rumors of his return sent shivers down the spines of those who knew his past. If Ripley was coming back, it meant trouble was on the horizon. But Ripley wasn't the only complication. There were also whispers about Heather's own mysterious connections. Rumor had it that Heather had been involved in some complex, dangerous situations before her death, ties that might soon surface and complicate everything even further. And if Ripley and Heather had a history, that could lead to an even deeper and more dangerous unraveling of Genoa City's secrets. Meanwhile, Phyllis Summers and Danny Romalotti had started to suspect that something was terribly wrong with Heather's disappearance. The way she vanished seemed strange, even suspicious. Phyllis, always one to trust her instincts, couldn't shake the feeling that this wasn't just a case of someone leaving town quietly. She and Danny decided to use their connections within the police department to launch their own investigation. Unlike Victor, who preferred to use the situation for his personal gain, Phyllis wanted answers, and fast. With a few discreet phone calls and some old favors called in, Phyllis and Danny convinced a detective to check traffic camera footage. They wanted to trace Heather's last known movements, and what they found was chilling. The footage showed Sharon's car stopped on a bridge late at night. And then, in the grainy footage, there was a shadowy figure, Sharon, standing by the railing and throwing something over the edge. It was unclear what she had discarded, but it raised far too many questions. The police, now armed with this new information, decided to escalate the investigation. Search teams were sent to comb the river beneath the bridge, their mission to uncover whatever Sharon had tried to get rid of. Was it evidence of her involvement in Heather's death? Or was it something more personal, a symbol of Sharon's guilt and turmoil? As the search began, Sharon's anxiety skyrocketed. She knew the walls were closing in on her, but she wasn't ready to face the truth or the consequences of her actions. With Nick and Mariah already questioning her erratic behavior, and now the police digging into her every move, Sharon's world was crumbling. She had been running from her guilt, but now it seemed that no matter where she turned, someone was closing in. Victor, watching from the sidelines, kept his cards close to his chest. He wasn't ready to reveal what he knew just yet, preferring to let the police chase their leads while he formulated his plan to bring Nick back into the fold. He had no doubt that the truth would eventually come out, but by then, he would already have what he wanted. As the search teams dredged the river and more clues began to surface, Genoa City braced itself for the fallout. Sharon's secret was no longer safe, and with so many players involved, from Phyllis and Danny's personal investigation to Victor's private schemes to the unpredictable return of Ripley, there was no telling how deep the conspiracy went or how many lives would be shattered by the truth. The biggest question remained, what had Sharon thrown into the river? And when it was finally found, would it reveal the full extent of her involvement in Heather's death, or was there another, even darker secret waiting to come to light? The stakes had never been higher, and the tangled web of lies, secrets, and manipulation threatened to consume everyone involved. Genoa City was about to face a storm like no other, and when it finally hit, no one would be spared from the fallout. Sharon's hands trembled as she backed away, her eyes wide with fear and confusion. She looked at Nick, pleading silently for him to make it stop, but there was no stopping Daniel's desperation. His wife was missing, and Sharon was hiding something. Suddenly, in a moment of panic, Sharon turned and bolted out of the house, running as fast as she could. Nick cursed under his breath and took off after her, leaving Daniel standing there, his heart pounding in his chest. He had come for answers, but now the situation had spiraled even further out of control. As Daniel watched them disappear down the street, he felt more lost than ever. The earring in his hand felt like a piece of a puzzle he couldn't solve, a dark, twisted puzzle with no clear edges. Heather was still missing, and now Sharon was running. The evidence was stacking up, but Daniel was no closer to the truth. All he knew for certain was that whatever had happened, it wasn't over yet. There was no going back now. Daniel had to find out what had happened to Heather, no matter what it took. And as the weight of the situation settled over him, he realized that Sharon wasn't the only one running out of time. So was he. Would Nick catch Sharon and bring her back before she made another mistake? Or was this the beginning of a darker chapter, one where the answers Daniel sought would come too late? The stakes had never been higher, and the clock was ticking down faster than ever.